Greetings and welcome to Coffee Time with Chappers. It's bright and early in a very grey and dreary Brighton this morning, and had a really interesting night dream thought to myself last night. I was thinking about sucking and how important it is to embrace the concept of suckage. And there are so many guitar players, or just musicians in general, artists in general I suppose, who are so afraid of being utterly shite that they fail to ever push the boundaries of what they can do, or even ever do it. I mean, how many guitar players do you know, or artists do you know, that just won't ever release material because they're not really happy with the way it is? They're afraid of people criticising the work, or they're afraid of learning a new technique because they don't think they're going to be very good at it. It's quite common, and it's just a fear thing. I met this very interesting female novelist once, and I asked her, what's it like to write books and be a novelist, and kind of what's the experience like? And she told me her story from the beginning. And the one bit that really stuck out to me, that I thought was fascinating, was she said that once she'd written her first book, she couldn't wait for that first rejection. And I was like, what? What are you chatting? Why would you be excited about getting your first rejection? And she was just like, bring it the fuck on. Just reject me, and I will keep coming, and I will keep coming, and you will end up publishing my book. And she ended up getting published. I kind of realised it was the attitude that she had, and the fact she did a book, which got her published, because she was unafraid. She had no fear of the rejection of people, or the failure, continual failure, until eventually you get what it is you need. And I think actually I'm quite like that, because I am more than happy to be rubbish for as long as I need to be. I will suck harder than anybody at something until I achieve what it is that I wanted to be, and I'm not afraid of that. I think it's a good thing to embrace. Be rubbish, suck as hard as you can, and plough through it and accept all the criticism and negativity that will obviously bring to you sometimes, because we're on planet Earth, and face it down. And always think, how do you want this to go down? Do you want to give up? And do you want to be the guy that goes, well, I tried but it didn't work out, and I guess I'll never be able to sweep, I'll never be able to economy pick or play modal changes? Or do you want to be the guy that says, I put 5 years into it and look at me now, kind of thing? Something I'm working on, coffee. I'm working on singing and playing, well, singing in general, because I made the transition from guitarist to singer guitarist. So I'm working on my singing, but I'm also working on playing riff and singing. That's hardcore. I suck right now. Let me give you an example. Oh, I can't sing because it's very early in the morning and people will be annoyed, but here's the riff that my buddy Rabia Masad wrote for the chorus in this new tune by Dorje, my band, and this tune is going to be called Collective, I think, maybe Collective Theatre. Here's the chorus riff with an amplifier. I've got to sing over that. So it isn't like, everything is awesome because you are here with me. It isn't like that. It's hard. And something I realised, I was watching a video about Josh Homme from Queens and Stone Age, someone who I think is brilliant lyricist, vocalist. He's got his lyrics nailed. He sings from his soul, and I really enjoy that. He was talking about just the simple concept of tapping your foot through a progression, through a riff, and working out where it all fits. And that sounds really obvious, but I think what I've realised as a guitar player was that I viewed singing as a separate thing to playing the guitar. It's really not. It's just music. And if you, rather than thinking about it as two separate lines that coexist, meld them into one line, it's just dots on one line. So for example, so I'll probably kind of half sing, speak these words so I don't piss off my neighbours. So it's an octave higher than that when I sing it. So give me all of your wings, collectively assemble, and then, or it could be connectively assemble. I'm not sure yet. Give me all of your wings, connectively assemble. Now what I've done there is repeated the vocal phrase and the guitar part again and again and again. I've sucked for hours, brought the tempo right down to see where the lyric and the melody rhythm fits with the guitar rhythm, so it became one line rather than many bits that I had to deal with, and it took up RAM and I got the mental fucking beach ball. So, and the way I did that was to break it into sections as well. So for example, that's a good section. So give me all of your wings, and I just repeated it again and again and again, brought the tempo right down, and then eventually was able to see it as one line of rhythm rather than many bits. And thanks to Josh Homme's insight into tapping your foot, which I do a lot of anyway, but I hadn't really, it was the spark that made me realise that it's one thing, not multiple things. And now I can riff and sing. I can just do it. I suck, but I can just do it. And so it's quite exciting. It's a new thing for me because I've always wanted to be, you know, I mean, look at people like James Hetfield, cyborg arm. That guy can riff and sing absolutely ridiculous stuff, and I've always been in admiration of his ability. So there you go. I might just chat to you now because I'm kind of enjoying this. Let me just get some more coffee. You know what? I've got this incredible signature guitar, the ML3 that I've released, and I've been playing it for so long I've totally forgotten how awesome the first guitar I ever released, the ML1, is, and I'm just loving playing this ML1 at the moment just because I love all kinds of guitars. But man, it's just, I don't know, this first guitar, we got it right, man, we really did. This thing absolutely is ridiculous. It's got some tune. So I missed a note there because I suck at the mornings. Here's an example of another thing I suck at. There's a riff that Dave Hollingworth, my bassist, my amazing bassist dude, I love it so much, wrote. And I love this riff. I think it's one of the nicest riffs I've heard. I think partly because the way it comes out of this particular section that is really epic in the truest sense of the word. And he wrote this riff, and I'm like, damn, that's nice. And I can play it, but I can't, if I play it at tempo, I lose my footing because I'm having to process. I don't know it yet. Do you know what I mean? I know it, but I don't know it spinal knowledge. Like I haven't transferred the data to the hard, drive of my body so that I don't have to think. It's an interesting feeling for me because I'm used to just being able to play things without ever thinking. I just play them. And when I'm learning lots and lots of new stuff, because we're writing all the time with Dojo right now, the experience of not really knowing something and winging it is nice actually. It's kind of a nice refreshing challenge, different feel. So anyway, here is the riff that Dave wrote, and watch me suck. I'm just going to leave that in to prove that I do suck. And then there's a turnaround. But it's done at this tempo. That's hard. I don't know why I find that so hard. I think it's probably because I just haven't, it's not become part of my body yet, like many of the other riffs have done. Oh yeah, one other thing. I like this. This is a nice day. More coffee. Don't be afraid to change the way you play things, even if you've been playing them for a while, in a certain way, because different things are natural to different people, and players play in all sorts of different ways. Pause. Par exemple, got another tune called White Dove, which is about me breaking free from some darkness I had and becoming me. So here's the riff to White Dove, the way that Rabia wrote it and plays it. I'll see if I can do this because I have problems doing this. So that's the riff. Now the bit that Rabia does that I find really alien, like it doesn't fit with my... No, I can do it, but it doesn't feel natural, comfortable. It doesn't feel like it's from the style bank of Chappers. Is this bit? I find that really odd because it's a big stretch. Well, I've got fairly big hands anyway, but it doesn't feel comfortable. I'm kind of from the Marty Friedman school of the smallest possible size you can make with your hand to keep it really efficient is good. So I looked at it and I thought, well, I don't want to go. How can I make it, how would I play it? How would I approach this particular riff? And I realised I would do that, because I'm a hybrid picker. So now I play it like this. And all of a sudden I'm a lot more comfortable playing the riff, and I actually fluctuate between doing the hybrid thing and just picking it and hammering, kind of like Nuno would do. So you get two different kinds of tones. You get the quack of the plucked note or the thunk of the picked note. So my foray into finding a different way to playing White Dove ended up with an interesting thing where I get two different kinds of tones depending on how I play it, and I'm more comfortable with it, and I don't have to sit there and think, damn, Bia, stop writing stuff that I can't play. One other thing, so Chapman guitars has taken off and become this huge thing, and it's taken me on this massive adventure, and it's really exciting and quite emotional and spiritual. And something really cool happened. There's an award ceremony called the MIA Awards. Everyone knows about it now. I talk about it all the time because Faith Guitars and Andertons are in it. Well, I got a phone call from Lee, Captain Lee, and he's like, dude, when did you enter Chapman Guitars into the MIA Awards? Like, when did you nominate Chapman Guitars? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't nominate Chapman Guitars. And he said, you're nominated. And I was like, what are you talking about? And sure enough, the ML1, which is why I'm playing it today, because I'd suddenly got this resurgence of love for ML1, had been nominated. And I was like, what's going on? Turns out that Mick Taylor, the chief editor, the top dude at Guitarist magazine, liked the ML1 so much that he nominated it for Guitar of the Year for the MIA Awards. And we were like, what? So I have a reasonable chance of the ML1 actually winning the MIA, which is the sort of the industry awards, best guitar of the year. But I'm up against people like Fender and ESP and Gibson, so I don't know. But it's really cool. I mean, it's really exciting that I'm even nominated. And if any of you own an ML1 or like what I do or want to support me, if you could vote for it, it'd be really cool. This video wasn't about that, I just kind of remembered it because, yeah, because I'm loving this guitar again. So anyway, yeah, it's here, ding, and go and vote. Man, imagine if I actually won Guitar of the Year against Fender. And in a way, I suppose we would be winning because collectively, we collaboratively designed this guitar. It would be kind of like the people versus the world. I like that. And on that note, I'm Rob Chappers, and I suck.